Hello and welcome. This is Michelle with PaperStampInk, where you'll receive tips, techniques, and tutorials to inspire you in your paper crafting projects. If that sounds like something you could benefit from, make sure you take a moment, hit that red subscribe button down below, ring the bell so you'll get notifications whenever I post future videos. So I want to come with you today to share about getting started with paper crafting. I've had a few questions on, what do I really need to get started if I want to begin making cards or 3D projects. And so I want to go through a few items and then share with you how during celebration you can pick up a full kit at a reduced price. So let's get started with some of the basics that you're going to need for your card making. I'm going to get these out of the way. So first off, you're going to need a trimmer and a scoreboard. Now, some people may debate if a scoreboard is a necessity. I find that it's very much a useful item because scoring your paper breaks down the fibers so that when you fold that paper over, you don't get broken creases. So the great thing is the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer is also a scorer. So we've got this blade that does scoring and this blade that does trimming. So you get 2 for 1 with the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer. The other thing I like about this trimmer is that it does have all the lines that breaks down all the way down to 1/16 of an inch. You're not going to use that when you first get started especially, but it's nice to have it there. It also has a full 12+ inch space here so that you can cut your 12 by 12 paper. Sometimes people go a little smaller on their trimmers to begin with, but I find that it's worth it investing in something a little bit larger. And then it does have this nice arm that comes out with the stabilizer bar for your extended cuts as well. So a good trimmer and a scoreboard are necessity, so you can do 2 for 1 in here. Now, if you find that you're doing a lot of scoring in projects, I do have this large Stampin' Up! Scoreboard that I use quite a bit as well. Especially if I'm doing multiple projects, I find that it's quicker for me to do my scoring on this large board, but not necessary to get started. The other thing that you're going to want is a bone folder, and this is going to just help you with scoring those card bases as well. It's going to give you a nice crisp fold on your scoring. A good pair of snips that are scissors that have a fine tip. So you want something with a nice fine tip here like these have, so that you can get in and do fussy cutting where necessary, or cut up right against the edge of cardstock to get a nice clean cut. So something with small scissors. Of course, you're going to need some adhesive, and I always recommend the Tombow Mono Multi Glue. It's a liquid glue, and it allows for you to have some wiggle room as you're putting your cards together. So if you need to slide papers around, this is going to let you do it. It's not going to give you a ton of time, but just enough time to slide it around. It's also a very economical choice of adhesives, and this will work for everything that you're going to need when you're just getting started. Then, of course, we're going to need some paper, as my name of my site is PaperStampInk, so of course we're going to talk paper. So what I highly recommend that you get is a thick paper for your card bases. So this Whisper White thick cardstock, it also comes in vanilla. I think white's a good choice for starting out, and you're going to get 24 sheets in here. You can cut it in half, which means you're going to get 48 card bases out of this one pack. So very good choice for getting started. You also will probably want to pick up some Whisper White regular cardstock. You get 40 sheets in here. This is what I use for my card fronts. If I'm using colored paper, I use this on top of my colored paper, matted paper for stamping, and I'll show you some examples of that in a moment. But if you're using these just for card fronts, there's 40 sheets, and you're going to cut those in quarters or even smaller, so you're going to get 160 card fronts out of that. And then I find the best way to get started with color is to look at one of the color packs. So in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, we have packs of color that will give you 24 sheets and 8 of each color. And it's, I think, a great way to start off with your collections and not have to get full packs of each individual color. So I've just got the annual catalog here. Let me see. Here's the occasions catalog. So sorry for the marks on here. These are my kind of marks of things that I'm wanting to add to my stock, things I've picked up. But you'll see this Happiness Blooms cardstock pack is what I've pulled out here. And so they've put these colors together that are also going to then coordinate with designer series paper if you want to add that in the future. But what I love is it gives you a variety of colors to start with instead of buying full packs of each individual color. So much more economical to start that way. And so these are the colors from the Happiness Blooms cardstock pack. And there's Calming Clover, Lovely Lipstick, and Night of Navy. So some good primary colors to begin with. And then I suggest going with, if not the same, maybe similar colors as in your cardstock so that everything's going to coordinate. That's the wonderful thing with Stampin' Up! Is the colors coordinate. So your Lovely Lipstick in the ink is going to match your Lovely Lipstick in the colored cardstock, which will match Lovely Lipstick that's in the designer series paper or the markers. You get the idea. So easy color coordination is what I love about Stampin' Up! So these are the 3 that I selected. I know the cardstock has the blue. I selected a yellow just to add a little bit more variety in there. So we've got the Lovely Lipstick and Calming Clover that were in those solid cardstocks. And then the Pineapple Punch. These are all part of the 2018, 2020 in colors as well. So they're fun new colors that we have out. And then a basic black is something you're going to want to have in your stash. You can't go wrong with a nice black ink. This is the Memento Tuxedo Black. It gives you a nice crisp image when you're stamping. So I always recommend a stamp pad. So we've got our paper. Now let's talk about, well, one more thing with paper to talk about, I guess, is envelopes. So this is a packet of the envelopes. You're going to want, of course, something to stick your cards in to send them out. So pick up a pack of envelopes as well. Now stamps. I think floral images are great. I like this Bloom by Bloom stamp set because it's got some nice large images for you to use, and you can mix and match colors and get a lot of beauty out of that. And so that's also why when I was looking at the colors, I did make sure to pick a green because you're going to want a green for the stems on those flowers. So I selected this Bloom by Bloom as an option to suggest for someone who's just starting out. And then I think a set of greeting stamp sets. And this is my go-to set. It's got everything you're going to want in here. So it's actually double cases because there are 32 total sentiments in this itty bitty greeting stamp set. So you're going to get something for every occasion. I miss you, hello, trick or treat, Father's Day, Hanukkah, birthday, Easter, thanks, celebrate. I mean, I'm not going to list all of them, but you get the idea. There's a ton of options in here. So that is what I suggest for stamp sets. And then, of course, you're going to want a clear block. And I selected the E block for this particular stamp set because it is going to fit. It's large enough to fit all of the stamps that are in that set. So you do want to pay attention, be careful with what you're picking out. It's as you are able to increase your stash of craft supplies, multiple blocks in multiple sizes are great. It's nice to have a block that's not too large for your image. If you get too large, it's easy to kind of rock that around and get ink along the outer edges of your block, and then you can get that on your paper as well. So you do want to try and match the size as much as possible, but when you're getting started, go simple. Get one block that'll do you for everything that you need. So this is what I have put together as a suggestion for a starter kit. And let's go ahead and raise this up here for you a little bit so that you guys can see everything that's in there. And my mount is wanting to slide down on me there. So sorry about that. Let me adjust that just a moment. And it's not wanting to behave right now. All right, we'll see if we can get this set back up here. Don't move it when you're filming. Okay, so we've got all the paper, the trimmer, the thick paper, the colored paper, the Whisper White, the envelopes, the 2 stamp sets, the block, these 3 ink pads in the colors, plus black, scissors, bone folder, glue. Everything you're going to need, you're going to be able to make with these easily 90 cards. Okay, if you're cutting these spaces down, you're going to be able to get quite a bit out of that set. And so I just wanted to share with you that during celebration, you were able to get all of this for $99. This totals up to just under $175 during celebration when you sign up as a demonstrator. And you can sign up as a demonstrator just to get a discount. You don't have to sign up to sell. That's not a requirement. So you're welcome to sign up as what some people say is a hobbyist demonstrator or discount shopper. And when you sign up, you spend $99, you get free shipping on that, and you get to select $175 worth of products. So all of this stuff adds up to $174.50. So you can get all of this to get a jump start on your crafting. And then going forward, you're going to get 20% off of all of your orders. So no obligations, great way to get started, and who doesn't like to save some money? And I just want to share with you really quick 3 cards, and sorry for the wiggling around there. I'm trying to hold this and keep it from jumping around. So I've got 3 cards. I did add in some of that DSP, but I was able to make 3 cards. I'm sorry, and DSP is designer series paper, pattern paper. Sometimes I throw that word out there and realize not everybody knows what I'm talking about. And so I made these 3 cards up very quickly with this stamp set and using those greetings, the happy birthday, congratulations, and fabulous at any age. Now, why did I put DSP in here when I didn't tell you would get some with your kit? Because if you sign up as part of my team before March 31st during celebration, you will receive a gift pack from me of a sampler of the Bloom by Bloom designer series paper. So that's a great bonus. If you select a different stamp set, I may be able to supplement a different sampler of designer series paper that might coordinate better with your stamps. But you don't have to purchase the items I suggested. You can definitely, if you've got some of these items, supplement other things. But this is my offer to you, that I will give you a sampler of DSP when you sign up as part of my team. But I thought this would be a great way to kind of show you what you can get if you're just starting out and how you can have everything you need to make a lot of beautiful cards. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me in the comments below or email me at PaperStampInk. I'd love to have you as part of my team. Have a lot of fun and share a lot of great ideas. Have a great day, do something creative, and share it with somebody you love.